the recent patch where the game just feels like it's in a much better state.
It feels like the players think they have more agency in their hands, and they're able to make the plays they want to be making rather than being forced to react what other people are doing. And it allows them to play on their rotations a lot more and just get in the game. But as we see, we're getting into the game. Bus is going from that southwest corner up towards almost due north. Monster.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one for the players. I don't know, it's a little favorable, I guess, to the west-hand side here. So everyone, you know, playing that eastern zone is going to have a long rotation, and Polar Peak seems to be pretty hot here. Hopping in with our recent winner there, it's Vivid, who's been playing Junk Junction, and if I'm not mistaken, it's Marksman who's been contesting him over and over.
Yeah,
so
people have been saying
they're going back for it. Yeah,
that
look,
Liquid Hunter right
there.
now, he has been putting them down recently. Last game picking up 2 of them. Will he do it again? We're going to see the contest right away. This initial drops are key. Who can get the good either close range weapon and close the distance, like Marksman right there. But it's the Grey Tack is actually very strong in the early game if he puts it down. Marksman wants to find a secondary weapon to be able to help him. The infantry rifle not going to be great. Already hear Flingers coming in towards him. That was close.
Oh boy, the tables are turning here as the health pool is going to go to Vivid's favor if he can catch an opportunity.
But Marksman is throwing dynamite down towards him, not going to let him set for that. He has to recognize he has those shields on the ground. I'm not sure if he saw it, but now this is a huge disadvantage for Marksman. Down 100 effective HP, so despite having the high ground, but the dynamite going to pop him and expose Vivid. He now knows exactly what hits him with 1 boogie bomb. Does he follow up with a second?
Oh boy, with Boogie!
He got it! He got the second one! He's gonna look to line up that one shot. 144. Vivid immediately defends himself. Now it's an even fight. Both are in one-hit territory. Vivid connects with that hand cannon, pops the mini. White Tack pops on out. The edit's coming across, and Vivid cleans it up, feeling himself monster.
What a counter edit right there by Vivid, who's on defense. He lost all shield to a healthy pump shot. Now Vivid's getting pressured by whoever was over at the other area there.
Give too much audible information away, but they're also holding the right-hand advantages. That means you don't have to expose as much of your body, and there's the shot. First one goes down, and Aiden, right-hand advantage. We talked about it with the patient slobbing there, lines it up, swaps over to that blue suppressed SMG. You don't get a much better close-range loadout than that.
Yeah, I like what he's trying to do here is get this big pot off. He does have the time now. Here, Legendary doesn't want to commit in, though. There's way too many walls. Oh, it looks like he thinks it's time to do it. And that's why you don't go in the box.
Didn't even need the trap. He had the insurance policy. What's in the box? It's a trap.
1 elim is all Zayt needs to get another point in this elimination format. He's sitting at a big board. It's Blind and Aspect going toe-to-toe. Zayt is listening into all of this here.
He knows what's going on directly below him. Doesn't want to take a part of it right now, but hopes to catch somebody rotating away. He has a really long rotation to make out in the open, so might be looking for recycled utility, has no mobility options himself.
In case you're just joining us, guys, we're gathered together at the Fortnite Secret Skirmish. We're currently in the solo portion, Game 5. Yesterday was all duos. Today we have solo action. Let's take a look at these mid-game highlights here with Bala, so you can keep you guys up to date.
Monster, and here we have Jake Cuddy versus JDW, and this is such a nice play from JDW. See now, Jake Cuddy goes into the box, and he immediately places the stairs and gets that trap elim there. That's going to be his first one. He's going to go on to try for more. But next, Patek versus Outlet. Another really nice play and a fortunate events for him. The stair edit there was so amazing by Patek, so quick and clean. And then we have Naga Ops, who is somewhere in our standings high up. He's going to take out Overpeak from far. He's off on a run. We're going to take a look at that possibly in the post game as well, as there are stuff that goes on. But here's Sap. Lead as Legedian jumps in, and another trap play. Everybody with their traps can such nice elims there.
Clarity picking up on the cues from former shots, and now it's Clarity's getting pressure from 2 angles.
Yeah, someone else joining in from the side as well, and this is what happens when you're the last one in. You become an easy target, but Clarity is the one who capitalizes, not getting any of the loot for that, but a really aggressive, calculated push from the Storm, making sure he was the one to get that elim.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, now somebody trying to drop down on him. He's trying to defend. He was thinking about, is it worth? That was Fulmer who wanted a piece of it, but Sap's going to be able to go. What is that? Sap pushes across, jump, 180. If he didn't get the siphon, he would have been eliminated immediately before because he's below the 50 HP. 36 is going to keep him alive, and that gives him a point. So now back up to that average point from there. That's going to push him into tied with Vivid, and on tiebreaker, he's actually going to be above him coming through it. That's incredible right now.
He is going for it here. I can't believe he just made the most aggressive counter push right there. That was absolutely incredible. And now he's going to be able to replenish up on all of Former's loot. We know Former to be a defensive, slow, methodical player, one of our highest placement as far as pop-up performances go in the past. Look, Saf is back in the game right now.
Absolutely incredible right there. And then Clarity had opted to disengage. Saf heard that, and then you see recycled utility. When people use a Rift to go, or they use a launchpad late game, everyone hears that audio cue, and then they run for it. They're like, I get free utility, I can go get that real quick. And then Saf, now, safe zone, middle next circle, got the Elim, and he's going to heal up to 125 effective HP, even 100 if he wants to use the campfire. So that's, oof, you are watching incredibly calculated young legend who dominated duos yesterday, trying to desperately repeat that clutch performance and put himself back in first place.
Even broke. Oh my gosh.
So
do you want to break that down?
No, you got it, dude. That's all you. Go ahead.
Listen, Sav is being calculated with every single decision. He is losing. The reason he break the campfire, it gives off a smoke signal. It gives off a cue to the area. Every piece of information matters in the highest competitive levels of Fortnite. There's 100 different ways we could break down off a campfire play here.
Yep, and now Naga Ops jumping over on 4 Elims. Our current Elim leader who is left in the match. One more will give him an additional point. 2 points will put him in the money in that top 20 situation. That's what the players are fighting for. And now look at that, trying to find whatever shots he can with that legendary suppressed AR, catching people who are rotating. He has to leave pretty early on. He's at the backside of the circle, but he's looking like he's going to try and find people rotating, and there's a lot nearby.
And this big elimination right here, because this is worth a point in this game format here. This next elimination will be his 5th, and then he will be so close to the big bonus. This is a big rotation here. He is looking for players. That's Whites. Makes the edit. The Storm unfortunately takes him out there, but it's a Rift to go. He catches it.
Yeah, and look at all the players in the sky. That's what we talk about, recycled utility. You see that Storm Surge warning go away. That means players are being eliminated. We're now down to 30 players left. And look at those Poach, Bizzle, Schmecht, Persecute, Clarity, Naga. Some opting to drop down to try and get a piece of the action on the low ground. They want Elim, they want points. Trying to fall down on ultimate high is Naga Ops. But you see all of the tarps being built, players covering themselves from above and below, trying to not get picked when they're rotating. Naga dropping down on that middle tarp, metal out, 57 structures left. Notice how quickly he burns through this in favor of safety.
He also chose to not use floorboards there because he knew a player was below him. Just those little opportunities to save up materials here. Naga's on the offense. That's a big hit right there. 66, there's another player below him. He's looking for blood here. Is he going to be able to find it? Here comes a low-level disengage now, and there's going to be a player right over to his right.
Really be able to find the shop, now being pressured from above. Look at these diagonal tarps, making sure you're building out next to you, then covering your sides, editing forward. This is Bowman now on the low ground, sitting on 6 Elims, picks up Armand. Will he be able to get the 7 for a point and then activate big bonus, trying to drop down the play on the loop. 100 shot, does not pick it up, gets eliminated by Tfue. Going in, 10 players left. Everyone just got a placement point. Mateos drops down, Saf knocking his builds out from underneath him. This is Chaos. Tfue now 4 Elims. 8 players left, looking to find one more, getting those 2 points to catapult himself further into that top 20 after the last game. He's almost there, now out of builds, reliant on finding Elims or cleaning up other resources. Kuros on that low ground. Blue T trying to pick up the Elim from the Siphon. Bizzle ends up living in the Storm. Tfue on the low ground with Kuros. Kuros ends up going down to the Storm. Bizzle, ultimate high.
1v1. Bizzle versus Tfue here. Tifu's just looking for the peak. He has no materials. Didn't even go for the
ultimate high. Bizzle is now getting dropped on. They cue the trap. Not going to be able to find it yet. Still 3 players remaining. Tfue
for a second there, I thought it was only 1 player, but it's not.
No, he was sitting all the way up. He had popped the rift, and he was just hanging out above. Tfue trying to knock down the structures. Builds are beginning to fall. Will he catch it? Tfue goes down to Bizzle. Bizzle cleans it up with the pump into the SMG, and that is it. 3 Elims.
Start of this entire solo series, coming in hot. Here are the final moments. It was actually Flossin who came overhead from the dive down. Super off guard right there. He falls to his death, unfortunately, simultaneously.
Right at the same moment. It was neck and neck. He fell right on the corner. You saw him fall down. It's just.
And listen, Tfue has actually granted the Elim on Flossin because he.
Right on your screen right now. Saf, Vivid, Bizzle, Kaizui, Pearl, Tfue, Pate, Armand, Vaccaro, 72 hours. Look at the spread here, Jack.
The most insane part, some of these names, Vivid, Bizzle, Tfue, 72 hours. These are all guys in the top 10 in prize money in Fortnite history. And again, they continue to show how consistent they are. But Saf, the man who won duos yesterday, in first now for solos, but keep in mind the point difference here, Ben. Break down a little bit of what some of these players would have to do to dethrone him from that first place spot.
So let's say Saf has a bad game. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen for him, but 11 points, a lead of only 2. Let's look at even just the top 6, down to Tfue there at 7 points. A 4-point spread means that a high elim game or even just a high placement game and a couple eliminations could push literally any of these players into first place over Saf. It's so close, Jack.
Yep.
That striking distance, it's a thing for everybody.
Absolutely.
Even all the way down to Vacaro's 5 points. A 7 elim victory royale game would put him at a tie in terms of points, and that's so close that it really is anybody's first place to grab.
Oh, 100%. And think, just in the last 2 days, we've seen multiple 9-point performances where players are dropping 10 elims with the victory royale. Here's the rest of the standings through the top 20. You see Zexro in there at 16th, Blind at the 15th spot, Ghoul there at 13th. But either way, the players are ready. They begin to load on up. The Secret Skirmish